So I made a little change here, which I think is a somewhat important change. I got a lot longer buffer on these things now too. It's gone all the way back here, and then these belts serve as a big buffer for these resources.
Package delivered.
I have quite a bit of carbon fiber in here, but it is definitely the lacking resource in this whole thing. And you can see I've just got so many rare earths. I have nothing. I can't do anything with them. I'm trying to get rid of them as fast as I can. This is the only contract I have to get rid of them. And every time I see one of these, I instantly do it. But sometimes I have seen some contracts that, instead they want to send it to the moon, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to send it to the moon. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and unlock that so we can get rid of some of these, and I think it's time probably I gotta micromanage this a little bit. So this is my return belt now. It's much shorter, and all I'm gonna do is basically take these two resources off and just let nothing but carbon fiber come this way, because it is getting pretty backed up. Now, when rare earths is backed up, it doesn't block the other two, but if aluminum gets backed up, then it will block carbon fiber. There's not really a whole lot I could do about that. I'm not sure. I guess probably the only thing I could think of that I could do about that is maybe put a multi-storage here. But then the multi-storage will fill up anyway, so I really don't even know if that'll fix it. So it is what it is. All right, so we're going to say that that part is done now. If we go to the moon, go to the surface, on the way to the laser, here's our progress right now. We got 1646 out of 3,000 composites, and then this vehicle is on its way down now with another 700 composites. So that's a significant hit to what we have left. We've got less than 1,000 left. My math is bad, but I think it's less than 800 left, which is pretty good. And we are now also bringing in the helium-3 a lot faster. So you can see there is another harvester here on its way down to Outpost Alpha, which can have another slot, and I figured I might as well. I can also deploy these and take them out of there. So I figured I might as well put it to work while we're doing it. So we're just gonna go ahead and have that, and then we're gonna tell this guy to be assigned instead. Over here on Outpost Charlie, we are getting 64 a week, and that's with 3 harvesters. So that's pretty good. We got another 204 in here, and that's good enough to have multiple trucks going, because the trucks can't really hold that much. I can also upgrade this for 450,000, so we'll go ahead and do that too. Outpost Bravo already has that upgrade done. It's a tier 3 upgrade, and this is doing 67 a week with that upgrade. So I'm anticipating after upgrade, yep, there it is, 74 a week. Now, in addition to this, I've also got my truck doing, it's not deadheaded. This is like one of the only trucks, it might be the only truck I think that's not deadheading any part of this. So if you're not familiar with that term, it's basically when you have, it's like a trucker that's empty on their route. That's called deadheading. Essentially, they have food on their way here, and then they're going to bring back helium-3. 300 food, though, is too much. That's too much. So I'm going to set that route differently as soon as that makes that delivery. But it's I can't afford to send 300 food every time. I have 25 colonists, and that is after bringing in more. So in case you're curious, when I reload the game, things did balance out. This number fixed itself on the number of colonists that I actually have. And you'll see that nobody here is dead anymore. And this is after I've brought in another 9. Okay, so I literally had, what was it, 30? I think I had 40 something colonists, right? 46, 48, I forget how many. I think it was 48. The death spiral actually brought me down to in the teens. So they all did die. They just weren't showing up as, like, they were showing up as dead, but they weren't being removed from the number above. So they did die. I had to bring in more. But I'm hopeful for this group to not be dying. I'm hopeful. And I'm trying to do things. Hopefully it matters. I've got the upgrade for the kitchen. That's an auto kitchen now. I got that upgrade. So hopefully we see this just constantly kicking out food. And then right over here next to it is the canteen, which, you know, a chef can use to prepare better meals for people. Hopefully they actually do that. I do have chefs now. Take a look. There's the chef right there. He's idle at the moment. He's just nothing but cooking is what he's gonna do. Again, I get this comment constantly. I should be micromanaging all their jobs and stuff. Like this, I don't believe this is doing anything. If you have like some concrete evidence of it, then be my guest and leave it. But this is not stressing them out anymore. It is purely me allowing them to do these jobs. It's not like they're doing all of them at the same time. Okay, so just because you have like, if I take this botanist, he's working at the large hydroponic farm as a botanist should, right? Well, actually, he's an engineer, but he's working at the large hydroponic farm, okay? Because whatever, you know, that's not like it's going from left to right in order or anything like that. He's choosing to work there. He's not doing these other 4 jobs. He's only doing this one. And this is just allowing them or disallowing them. So if I want to make sure that an engineer who also just happens to be 2 negative traits, yikes, including alcoholism. Cool. If I want to just make sure that this person is working in the engineering lab, right? They're doing research right now. That's their job. Even though they're an engineer, they're not doing engineering stuff. They're doing research on engineering, which is fine, right? That's the kind of stuff that I'm okay with. This guy is doing fundamental science as an engineer. If I want to make sure he only works engineering jobs, then I can unclick this. And then he will go work somewhere else. All right. If I want to make sure the scientist only does science stuff, I could go ahead and do something like this, right? And that would make sure that he only does research stuff. That's what this is for. It's not like do all jobs. It's you can do any job you want is what this is. Okay. So like this person here is a cook and they're currently working in the hydroponic farm. If I want to make sure that they only do cook stuff, I can just do that. All right. Or maybe they do research or maybe they do biology stuff. They have an okay botanist skill. You know, maybe I want them to be able to do biologist stuff, right? You can micromanage that if you'd like to. That's an option. The new people, I'm bringing them in and putting them at, these guys just landed. I'm going to put them down at 50%. And there we go. Okay. So that's how I'm managing the colonists for now. And as we get more added to the potentials list, more colonist hiring, then we'll bring more in. There is research, I believe, to add more. Advertising campaign gives me more viable candidates and stuff. That's cool. I just didn't bother doing it yet. And then there's all these different licenses and stuff we could get. This one here is interesting because it makes everything cost less. But I think at this point, the cost is not a really big deal at this point. I would very much like to make more carbon fiber. I'm not getting enough of it created. And so I think part of that is going to involve building an expansion to this building, because all of my carbon fiber is currently going to nanotubes, and then all of my nanotubes, you know, go to composites right now. And so we're just making constant composites. But after we're done making constant composites, I can probably take the prioritization away. And actually, right now, it's so full that we are getting carbon fiber sent to the top. That wasn't the case for a while, and I'm going to go ahead and deprioritize that so that it does kind of more evenly distribute this even after this begins to come down. See, they're still dying. 3 of them still dying. Look at this. Like, I got every facility possible for you, and you're still dying. This guy, right? I don't know why his health is so low. I wish I could figure that out, you know? And it's like it might be, you know, they need fun things to do or something. Well, I've got a music box there, but I don't know if it's doing anything. They are standing over here, but there's no indication to me. There's nothing in here. This is a pessimist anyway, so you know, whatever. Their health is probably, the mental health is probably what that is. In any case, I'm doing what I can. If there's more I could do, I guess, you know, leave it in the comments if you think I could do more. But I think at this point, any ideas you have, it's certainly not in the documentation of the game that it's required. I think that's the big thing, is it doesn't show required in the game, is basically how I'm looking at it. Okay. So we've got this delivery to be done, and then this will come back and we'll begin to deliver more composites. We are getting a lot more, trying to get to the surface. There we go. We're getting a lot more helium-3 brought in now. Of course, you have to actually just watch this to see that, but we're getting a lot more brought in typically. The helium-3 trucks, I might make them go fuel. I think that'd probably be a good idea, actually, to make them go fuel. So you are fueled. Yep, that's a helium-3 truck. I don't see the one that's coming this way, so it must be in the base already. It must be waiting for delivery. Yep, there it is. This cargo truck has 144. Helium-3. Wowzers, that's going to be great. That's going to be awesome. So just make sure that the belt is ready to receive that. It is indeed. And if we take a look at our overage here, oh, well, it needs repaired. Oh, yeah, that needs to happen now, guys. Our trucks, we need to have it repaired now. I have went in and I've taken the liberty of having max priority on all of the regolith and stuff that's sitting under the belt, just to try to clean up the appearance of it. And then, like, they haven't done any of it, so it's just like there might just be nowhere to put it, because at this point we're just overflowing with regolith. We have even this storage here is completely full, so it's a thing. I mean, I have this off. I could turn it on, but I don't think it'll matter because it's just so full all the time anyway. So I don't think it'll matter much. There we go. So this is going in, and we should have a truck. Hopefully, not that one. So it's got to be you. Well, it's got to be whatever the next one is. Yeah. So much regolith being delivered. I just can't process it fast enough. Which leads me to the next thing, which is outpost refining or outpost regolith processing. So we have on this one a regolith refinery tier 2. I've installed that and I've started processing it. And you can see that we have a pretty good amount of these things, but we don't have a lot of storage. So in order to really have a lot of storage and to move it in here with our trucks, I got to have these slots unlocked. I need those outpost upgrades unlocked. And those are, I think, fundamental tree. That's the transport node, mining, yeah. I think I got to go down this tree, right? Bioengineer. There's the fusion reactor, which I've just completely ignored because I didn't need it. Fuel generator. I don't want to use helium-3 to power things. If I can just use solar panels, it's just better. Biogenerator. The only way this is better is if I really need the power and I have no slots left. And it's just like, man, the 2 solar panels, I want to have just 1 slot for power. That's the only reason I would ever do that. We could increase the fuel factory. I don't think that's necessary. RTG efficiency, I'm not even using them. I could maybe build some radioisotope thermoelectric generators. But I don't know where the outpost slot upgrade is. Not seeing that. Maybe it's in engineering. Outpost storage is probably after this, yeah, because this one here was after a storage, and then this is another storage thing here. So and then we go here, structures 2, yeah. So I'll pop that on the schedule, and then apparently I'm not getting a full refund when I dismantle modules. I thought I was. Apparently I'm not this whole time. But we'll go there, and then in order to do this, we need another storage upgrade. But the storage upgrade is useful anyway, because that's the whole reason I want to upgrade the structures, is to add more storage. So I guess I get to have both. All right, so I'm thinking upgraded cafeteria. I want to upgrade everybody's mood if I can. Yeah, all those researches are just important. Let's really quick go in to CRUST Solutions and make sure that we're getting... Oh, here we go. Got more people to hire too. Let's get another botanist. Engineer. Science. Yep, why not? Just get them all, man. Bring them all in. Sure, we can afford it. CRUST Solutions. There I want 1, 2, 3. I just get as much science as I can out of those guys. And then actually, I think even more than that, we can grab another rover scout, which can then provide even more science. I'll just drop it over here somewhere. It's going to drive off the map later anyway. We're going to send it out on the map and have it do its sciencey stuff. And our monthly expenses are much higher now because of having to maintain all the rent on all that land. There's a lot going on there. Oh, it's over there. Okay, fine. All right, so when it gets out to the map, we're gonna move it. There we go. And I'm just gonna shift it, I don't know, like over here somewhere. It's fine. And we'll have you do sciencey stuff. I don't even know if it matters. Like, it says that the potential depends on the location, but like, I don't know how I'm supposed to tell what location is going to be where. Like, it's going up and down. It's pretty variable. This one here, It looks like it's roughly the same, but not quite as good. So like, how do I know what, maybe this place right here is fine. So let's just click this. Look at that. That's awesome, right? That's a pretty good one. So maybe I move you to be over here. You know, maybe over here is better than over there. I don't know how you can tell before hitting the button what's better and what's not. So maybe we'll just move a little closer with you. I would also love to start doing all these other contracts that are on the surface. I'd love to get going on those too, because it's part of the story. Like, I want to help out certain people, you know, energy crisis in a mining colony. I just think that kind of stuff is stuff I want to do, you know, the Cascade 5 kinds of stuff. But of course we have to put all that stuff on the back burner until the laser, which with composites being nearly done, I think, we could probably start. Oh, I have so many rare earths just going around now. Oh my God. I left it open. Yeah, so there's no more contracts for that stuff. I'm just going to have to wait for it to all work its way back. Oh my, so many rare earths on the belt now. What have I done? This is very messy. I'd like to clean that up too. And I feel like the only way to just really do this is I'm going to do this. I'm going to go, I'm just trying to think out loud of how I want to proceed with this, because I can't. That's the output belt there. So I guess I'd go like this. I just need a place to put all these things. So I guess I'll do that. And then these storages I'll probably dismantle or whatever at some point. But we're going to go in and have you go that way. Oh, wait, no, not this. Because I need to be able to put them back too, I guess. Well, you can just go this way to go back. Yeah, it's fine. Go this way. Yep. And then this way. You just need a place for them to go, okay? There. Now, whoops. Some people moving furniture up above. There we go. So there's a place for them to go from here, and then I can probably tear these down once they're all emptied into these. I can tear these down and then line these up more properly, because they're kind of silly the way they're sitting there too. So let's just go ahead and have all of these. I have nothing I can do with them, and that's the problem, is I just can't do anything with them. They need to add another use for these rare earths in the game, because formula wise, as far as what they're useful for, yeah, I can make microcircuits, but I have to have 4 times the silicon to do that. Right now I have 4 times the rare earth, so I can't really do much with that. None of these machines are going to be useful for this purpose until you get over to the assembler, which again, you can use them for something, which I currently am using them for that, but I need 4 times the aluminum. Where's my formula for 4 times the rare earths, right? I don't know. The high-tech factory, it's not even an input at all. You have to get into manufacturer before there's any inputs, and it's for composites, which I'm currently using them for. The only way I could, increase this is to have an abundance of the other resources too, and then add more of these machines. But I need more helium-3 to do that, which I'm working on. We're getting there. In fact, this machine is full of helium-3 now, and so it's going to start moving through here to the next, because we're harvesting a lot more of it now, so that's going to be great. So the hope is that these machines are always all working all the time. Let's drop off our colonists. Our new friends are going to join us. They're arriving into the chaos of rare earths everywhere. Neat. That's fun. Just have these 3 be the priority here so I can get them going. And then all I'll do, I guess, from there is from over here, I guess I can, because it's all going on that side. So what I could do, I guess, is bring this around. I don't have to do that. I just do this. Bring this around and plug it into here, which is stupid, but I mean, I guess I will. We'll block that exit. So this gives me an output, some way to take all this storage and put it onto the main belt and send it wherever I want to send it. And then we'll just upgrade this because we can. Get this one too. Why not? Okay. There we go. So we have an output for this one too, but we don't really need it anymore. All right. How many days? We have less than 2 years left. 627 days. Might seem like it's getting close, but again, we're on stage 6 right now, I believe. Yeah. Calibrating is the 6th stage of construction. If I take a look at what we got left, we have just over 650 more composites to deliver. That's it. So if I come over to, let's choose Cyclops because he's on his way. Yep. And I'm going to tell you to fill all. 653 is what it is. And I'm going to have that be the next objective. And then we'll have a bunch of composites just flowing out of here. There we go. Let's turn this back on here. Hang on. Yeah, let's allow those again to flow in there because we actually are using them now, which is nice. It's very good to see that those belts are no longer being super annoying that way. Let's actually turn that off until the rest of the supply is out of the way. I have to have all this huge buffer needs to get off the belt before I can turn that back on. But yeah, I'd like to see more carbon fiber heading down there too. But it's nice to see that progress. We're actually getting all these belts fully saturated and ready to rock. All right, so to base Charlie, we want to send people there now. And so if I take a look and like assign the route to the same truck that's already on its way over there, like the truck right now has, just get out of this menu here really quick. So the truck right now has a whole lot of helium-3. And I'd like this truck to be the one that also brings people too. I just don't have enough trucks at the moment. I can buy more, and I plan to, but at the moment I don't have enough. So when this truck is done, we're going to set up a delivery route to bring people to this habitat because there's 300 food there now. And people here will make this place a lot more productive. We'll have even more helium-3 production, but we can also get in and start looking at scientific modules at that point, and we can get more scientific output here because, again, there's a lot of science bonuses to this base. So I'm going to look to do that as soon as I have the outpost science module research done. So let's take a look at that really quick, see if we can find that. And I would have thought it would be in fundamental. So let's go over there and see if it's there. And launch station, these are all question marks. So there's still more game to develop, more technology to develop in future versions of the game. Maybe it's in social. And we have holographic table right there. Okay, so we got to go quite a bit. Oh, hang on now. So this allows the research, and then this, it doesn't say it's an upgrade. It has the exact same name and model, but it's an upgrade to the existing one, I think. It's improving the research module. So yeah, we need this one. So I can go and get the lunar bar, which is pretty quick. A lot of green science, but pretty quick. And then this one here is, I think also fairly quick. We can get that. But in the meantime, whoever goes to that base, you know, they can help us with the other stuff too. So we'll take a look at that because I have 3 spots here for colonists, and I'd like to get those guys going there as good as I can here. So we're gonna take a look at that when we can. If I zoom back over to the base, we now have the truck is in the expedition center, just now arrived, and it is ready to start receiving. So that's what we're going to do now. Now I'm also sending Duralumin plate for another contract, and I also just went ahead. Let's go ahead and stop that now. I just went ahead and did a huge set of contracts for my modular terminals because I do have quite a lot of those coming in pretty consistently. They really come in now. So yeah, we're going to be swimming in money here for those too. I just wish I had a better usage for the rare earth elements. I think that there's one thing I'd like to see for the updates of this game in the future. It's something that you can manufacture with these, at least something more prominently manufactured with these, because like this is an ingredient in a lot of quite a few formulas, but it's not a prominent ingredient. You don't have to, you really just, you have a lot of it and you don't have a place to put it. That makes sense, right? Yeah. Because like you're gonna bring it in, and unless you tell your trucks not to bring it in which case then your MDRs will just fill up with them, right? So you got to do something with it, unless you're exclusively mining in places that don't have it, which maybe that's the solution, you know? maybe we adjust the position, because like you see this one has quite a bit of rare earth minerals in here, right? Because it's able to do that. It's gone down a little bit, but it's able to do that. And like the MDR is sitting in a spot where it shouldn't really have much of that. You know, I got it positioned outside of anything there, right? It's really just kind of focusing on a mixture of other things, I thought. Yeah, there's some water ice right there. But it's titanium. Yeah. So it's the other 3 resources that this one is. But it still has some in there. And then if I go to the other MDR over here, you can see that, again, there's a gap here where there's no rare earths here. But it's still... This one actually doesn't look like it's getting any. Yeah, this is what I need from all the other ones. I need it to not get any. So if I can reposition these, which it looks like they already kind of are. Yeah, this one's not getting any either. So I'm kind of done with that, aren't I? It's the only place they're really coming in at is from this one. So maybe I shift this and move it just a little bit. Maybe towards titanium. Towards aluminum. And if I set this MDR right here, that's where aluminum is. I can get more aluminum coming in. I mean, I kind of already have enough of that, though. I need more titanium, I think, more than anything. Maybe if I move you here. And there doesn't seem to be any chance at all at having rare earths come in from this point, right? But there's also another thing I can do from this spot. And actually, if I just stop right here, we can reassess this. But maybe this is far enough away to where it won't get any. There's 951, 963. It is still getting some. I'll mine it here instead. Let's just really move into the center here. Just get away from this. And I know it's a range, right? I know it's like a range around it. It's not the exact point. It's a range around it. You just have to be far enough away. But I am still getting a little bit brought in. It's not very much, but it's something. The other thing I can do, right, is that Outpost Bravo, it's got this refinery and I want to bring it over there. And that's what we're trying to develop. But I can't really use that very well yet. But that was the intention, is we're going to go back and forth with this. Getting rare earth processing at a refinery like this would be okay, but eventually it's going to fill up. That's my point. No matter what I do, it's eventually going to fill up. You got to do something with it. Long enough time scale and all that. See, I want to do more of these on the moon. I want to do these, but in order to really do them like really effectively, we're going to need more expedition control centers. And I think what I'll probably end up doing here, once I get the laser done and we send all that stuff or whatever, I think I will probably tear this down and then put an expedition center here, and then have, you know, now there's an expedition center moving into another expedition center. We'll have 2 of them at that point. I might even go ahead and do one here and then one here, and then it wraps around to this one. So this will end up being our, you know, it's still the last stop, because my belts and stuff are all set up really well for that right now. Of course, if I get that research for 100% refunds on modules, then I guess I could just tear it all out and rebuild it whenever I want, right? So that's a thing I could do too. Yeah. Okay, how many do we have delivered here right now? 115, 116. Okay. When this is done, then this stage of the rocket, this stage of the laser, sorry, is completed too. 619 days remaining, and this rover is now ready for sciencey stuff. Pretty good fundamental. Just crap on the engineering. I wish I could figure out what's going on. Well, now this one's showing low too. It's hit or miss. It's really just very variable, right? So I don't know how you can tell, you know, what area is better or worse for these sorts of things. All right, so the truck is set up now. It's back at the base. It just delivered all that helium-3, and we're gonna assign some spots here to get into Outpost Charlie. And I think Nick Todorov here is a great candidate for this. Excellent science output, but he's also gonna help the other things too while he's there. So we're gonna get you in there now too. And then you can see the different individual bonuses for various different things. This is eventually gonna be a science area, I think. So we're gonna go ahead and put 2 scientists in here. And then it looks like to me maybe 2 for now. I'm not sure how fast they're going to use the food, and I don't really have an automated means of sending that food just yet. So maybe we'll just send 2 scientists for now to get over there and go ahead and assign that route to it as well. So Behemoth is now going to go over to, at least I thought he was going to. This is Gladius. Where is Behemoth?
Package delivered.
Oh, he can't. He can't because I'm gonna do it again. All right, he can't do it because we're still loading this up. All right, Behemoth is gonna go in there now, which I still don't have a name for yet. You know, if you haven't been around this channel long enough, just know I record in advance. Pretty much every series you see here is several videos. I'm several videos ahead of release. It's always the way it is. It's my life, my schedule. It requires it. So when I ask you guys for input on something, don't expect it to be the very next video where I make those changes. It's usually going to be a couple, all right? At the very least. If it's in the very beginning of a series, you know, if like I'm asking for your input on episode 1 or something, then it's probably going to be like 10. Because that's just how my life works, man. But we'll get there. If you have a name for Behemoth, you can let me know in the comments for the last video or this one. I don't care. And we'll get it sorted. All right, so Cyclops is my laser delivery dude, and he's just gonna sit here and pause really quick. We're waiting for transport. There we go. All right, so yeah, Behemoth, off you go. That's great. And then we'll go ahead and get our laser delivery stuff going again. Cyclops here. Let's go Cyclops and fill all. Go. There it is. So our final deliveries will be returned here. And then there's like an invisible storage. It looks like it's right here. Not so invisible after all. Yeah. So it's sitting right there outside it. And then they'll just go ahead and pop that in. And we didn't lose anything. It's just sitting on the ground. All right. Cool. And then this is permanently open. So as we make more, it will just go that way. And then look at this, man. All these machines are rocking. The final one here has 75 in storage. That's super cool. So these things are just running permanently now. They're going to have 100% efficiency. They're going to be running all the time. These numbers are going to go up. I'd like to get colonists to work in them, of course, but it's okay. We'll meet the deadline, no problem. I don't have any worries about it. The fact that this thing is already, you know, a quarter full is very encouraging, considering we have 612 days left. Yeah. Did I run out of power just now? Did I? Is that 0? Did we get power right at the last minute? Perhaps there is. I mean, these things are usually, I'd say they're very expensive. They do basically nothing. It's just 16 power for all those resources just doesn't seem worth it. It's just not. So solar and batteries are the win. Like, there's just no reason to do the RTG. They're too expensive for what they do. We're just gonna go 2 more panels here and here. That will cover our deficit pretty well, I think. And then I guess we'll put in. I can put in an extra battery here, and I can't put it there. I can't put it there, but I can put those 2 batteries there, and that's gonna be fine for me. Maybe I can stick another couple batteries back here too. Why not? We'll do that. And we need it hooked up, so we're gonna go here, here, and here, and that connects all the circuits too, which is kind of interesting. And then for this hookup, I could go across, or I could just hook it up with the batteries, and I think I'll just do that instead. All right, good. So we'll get those built, and that should take care of our overage, no problem. And it's so much more power generation than that RTG will do. Yes, I get it. The RTG is all the time, but 16 power all the time is meh. I just want to, let's just build one. Let's just build one so we can say, hey, I used it. All right. RTG. Look how big this thing is too. Like, real estate wise, I can either generate 300 power or 16. Like, what am I doing here? You know, or 100 power, whatever it is. Yeah, 100 power. I think it's 300, isn't it? Yeah, it's 300 maximum load for these things, isn't it? I'm going crazy here, and I know it's 300 power. So 300 or 16. I mean, what are we doing here? Here, we'll do this. We'll go RTGs like this. This will provide a very expensive alternative power source right by our batteries for a little while, okay? There we go. And then we'll hook it up to each of these batteries as a means of just having a little bit of extra juice. And I think it would look better, honestly, if we just... It would definitely look better if I did it this way. Hold on. let's alter this so where these things are facing the other direction. Just for the electrical connections to be close, so they don't have to be over the top of it. And also, it's like a flatter edge over here, so it kind of probably could look better too. All right. So now the power can be really close by. There we go. I guess it's kind of in the middle, isn't it? It's all right. There we go. All right. We're going to build RTGs. 16 power each times 6. Yeah, all right. So, but it's all the time. So this row of RTGs all the time with no input will give us as much power as one of these. I think it's one of these. Because if I turn this on, I think it's a maximum 100 power. Yeah, I could upgrade these too, by the way. But again, there's a cost to this, right? There's an input cost to this. And the RTGs have no input cost. So I guess you build it once and then it's just going to work forever, I guess. Okay, Behemoth has arrived at Outpost Charlie and has delivered the peeps to there. So we're going to get some science now. Housing places 3. They're consuming 1 food, it says. Do they do that every single time that goes up? Oh boy, I think they do. Yeah, so we're going to need some way of... I wonder if the people die without the food. Or maybe if the food is just an input for... It's life support. It's not even science. So this is, yeah, it is. You just need a constant delivery of food here too. Yikes. Okay. Well, we're going to see about maybe doing that. We got Outpost Charlie. I want you to send it to the base. And what I'm looking for you to do right now is I would like you to bring... no, that's not it. That's not it. Hold on. I want you... I think it's this one. Set route like this. Departure point, delivery point, Behemoth. Oh, interesting. Okay, departure point is here, base is here, yes. So I had this set up where it would do both, but I don't think I want it to do that. So, like, I want you to just do the one, but I also want you to bring back. I had that set up, and I don't remember how I set that up. The back and forth route. Well, we're going to do this regardless. So we're going to say patrol. This is how you do it with patrol. Okay, so patrol would be like this, but I can't set a number here. So it's always going to try to send the maximum food. I hope that's not the case. I hope it only picks up the food that it needs instead of the full load every time. We're going to see. I'm going to go ahead and do that again. Yes, like that. We'll do that again, and then you should be going there now. You're going to pick up a bunch of helium. 3, there we go. And you're bringing back 204 units. Okay. This base here has 144, and we're waiting for resources to be brought here, which is something that I haven't really set up yet. Are you the one that's... I think there's still an MDR sending more rare earths. I mean, I think it's just this one, right? So... if I could find a place where this thing can have a good amount of resources, but not have this, I guess it's going to be here probably, right? There's a little bit of titanium there, a little bit of iron. All right, so maybe like here is the better place to go. I don't think there's any silicon there, which I probably need more silicon, but this is a good source of all those other 3. And it shouldn't be able to get any rare earths from there. Right, so I want more carbon fiber. I've been saying it for a while now. I want more carbon fiber. I have a lot of organics. So many organics being produced here. So, like, my storages are full now, and my belt is full so much that these can't really output it anymore either. So, we're going to build a building right over here. Haven't built a building in a while, so this is going to be nice. So, we're going to take the standard wall, and we're really just focusing on carbon fiber here. So, the building, I think, can probably end right here. And all we want is for the carbon fiber to be output basically onto this line. So the whole thing is just put into the same thing. So I'm basically just looking for this section copied over here is really all I want. So I'm going to say I need to take down some of these posts. But the thing is, these power poles are useless now anyway, aren't they? Yeah, so let's just get rid of these. We don't need them anymore. And we probably are not going to bother. I don't need this one anymore either. So we can get rid of these two as well. All right. So all those power poles will go away. And then we're going to build to where this can go that way. Okay. So we're effectively going to be doing this. We're going to say like that. And it's going to go into the building somewhere over here. And we just continue with everything we've got. So it'll go up and over and everything to new carbon fiber machines. And then, you know, people on the inside can work them as well. So just connect that right there like that because we can. Okay. There we go. They're done. Okay, so now we're going to take the walls and we want them to be, I think probably right here is a good spot. So we're going to have, oh, well, do I really care about digging anymore? I don't think I do. Let's just go up one. I don't really want to dig anymore. And we're going to want this to be about like that. It's just for carbon fiber. I'm not going to do anything else. I just want to have more carbon fiber. So I'm thinking probably something about like here would be okay. I think I just need to like line up the spacing. So this machine requires how long? How many tiles is this? Gosh, do I really have to? I wish there was some kind of measuring tool. I guess the belt is a measuring tool, but I can't. Oh, maybe I can. 1, 2, 1, 2. See, it doesn't show me how long the belt is, but it does show me how expensive it is. Maybe I could just use that. So 8250 is, let's go 8500 to be safe, or 9,000. Let's go 9,000 to be safe. So 9,000 belt is what we want. So we need a 9,000. Yeah, we're good here. This is a good size here. Okay. So we're going to say the door for this place is going to be, I need a door back here like that. And then the door will reach over and be like here. So we're going to put a door there. And then we're also going to want a door on this side, right over here like that. Go. Okay. And then we want this door to be the highest of priorities, if possible there. Yeah. Because it's kind of exposing this whole area. And then this will be where our stuff comes in and we'll have more carbon fiber production right here. Yeah, that's going to work out really well. Okay. So we'll get that going. Now I could connect it to the existing building. That's one thing I could do. The issue is that this belt's running through here and it's going to start getting used because I'm building the setup now for additional extraction for silicon over here now. So it's going to start getting used. The only other thing I could do maybe is bring the silicon all the way this way and hook it up to this belt, which is doable, but it's pretty crowded already. This is a full tier 3 belt anyway. And it's not really running tier 3 speeds. So this whole thing needs an overhaul now because of iron just being, we have way too much of it. I need to process more iron. I don't think that's really necessary. Like I have so much iron processing anyway. I guess we could just upgrade some of these newer ones, get them to be higher level. You know, that might help a little bit, but I mean, ultimately I think the main thing I should do here is, well, I guess a lot of them are only with tier 1, so okay. We can upgrade quite a few of them. I didn't realize this many were out of date here, so okay. Let's see if we can get all of them to at least that tier 2 mark. Here we go. Yep. This will help substantially, but now I'm going to have even more iron. Or even more steel, whatever. I'm going to have even more steel, and I'm not sure... Like, this belt's going to have to be upgraded now, isn't it? Like, we're going to have so much steel on this that it's going to get backed up. I think I have to upgrade this one now. Just make this a little bit faster so it doesn't get bottlenecked in the end, because like there's a lot of it coming down the line here. And then this one automatically goes, this is already tier 3 into these storages, but I guess if it gets backed up, I guess if it gets really backed up, it could just stop in here, but that's going to be holding up the whole system, so I don't think so. I think these storages are kind of useless. Yeah. So I need another use for iron now. And I'm at the point now where I just have so many resources and I just have to find a way to use them or just produce less of them, which I could do that. Like, what if we have too much iron, right? Maybe we take some of these, like this is silicon. Where would I find iron? Where are we pumping out iron? We shouldn't be doing any iron mining at all down here. This one here. Let's shut this off. We don't need that. And we're not doing anything with those. I mean, we really should just stop doing things with iron. Just stop doing things with iron at all. Okay, there's no iron extraction happening underground. This only has 8,800 units anyway, but it's fine. There's no iron extraction happening underground now. Okay. So now it's about what's happening above. And of course, what's happening above is we're bringing it in really fast. I could adjust MDR positioning so that we don't collect as much. This one is collecting a lot of iron oxide. So we could maybe move this to focus more on something else. Titanium would be nice. If I shift you over here, this gets a titanium. There's a little bit of rare earths going to start coming in. That's another problem entirely, but all right. So it's, yeah, I think aluminum and titanium is kind of where I want to focus, is right here. So maybe I move MDR to be there. That's a good balance. And there's not a lot for extracting rare earths there. And there is iron there too, though. I don't want iron at all. I really want a location where I'm not getting any iron whatsoever. So I guess I can move it to here. And then that gives me no aluminum either. There's got to be a place here that's better for this. What about over here? This is iron, actually, so no. What about right here? There's no iron here, right? So is there anything else I could use? Yeah, we'll try this place. There's silicon here too, which I kind of need more of that too. So let's actually dispatch you to here. We're gonna mine there. Here. Just get a little bit further away from that stuff. Yeah, we're gonna try to mine there so we don't have any iron extraction out of that MDR, because there's too much iron right now, and I need to use what I already have, and I just don't have enough. The more machines I add, sure, but I mean, you can only make so much duralumin plate, and I need more aluminum to use that anyway. So increasing aluminum while decreasing iron is definitely the way we're going here. Monthly expenses, construction costs, sure, but the purchase resources, territory rent is now 66,000 a month, which, if you think about it, is really nothing, isn't it? Like 66,000 a month is just nothing. It's just enough for me not to care at all. Oh, do I not have any? Oh, this is open. Let's close that. Probably have a lot of that on the belt right now because I've already sold it all. Yeah. Let's get that back in storage so I can see how much I actually have. That makes more sense. Okay. So I want to go and have, let's say, 144 of them. I should have 144 of these available. So I'm going to go ahead and do a fill order on that many. And we're going to let that out. I should have 144 of these, no problem. So, oh yeah, easily. Let's just go ahead and open that up and let that out again. And they're all just circulating right now, so they'll just probably just get picked up randomly. There's already 35 over there. Yeah, we're fine. All right, let's just go ahead and close that now. We'll start collecting more of those. So I've done something over here too. So once I built these, I was getting no rare earths at all this direction, which is okay, but like eventually this is gonna, be used up. So what I've done now is I have this belt right here, and actually what I'm going to do is just make this slow. Make this a level 1 belt. Okay. So now what we do is most of these resources are going into storage because some of them come out here. Whoops, that's got to be open. Yep. Half of them come out this side, half of them come out this side, and then half of those again go this way and half go this way. So really what we only have is like a quarter of our output from that side. A quarter from this output ends up going into this side, and so I think that's going to regulate how much ends up coming over here in the end. At least I thought it was, but here we are with a whole bunch more coming out. So okay,